I know you ended up playing combinations probably on Saturday that you might not have been expecting. But when that initial five was in there, did you feel like they were getting a rhythm? Did you like what you were seeing from that group?
Yeah, that's what we're trying to strive for, just constant improvement. Some of those guys that was the first time they were called to be counted on, not the guy to just come in and play. Like, it's on you, and we need you to perform well for us to have success. So I think with that anxiety and pressure, it was good for them to get out there and kind of see where we are realistically. And I thought, some guys really showed a lot of improvement and a lot of focus. We got to continue to build on, communication and understanding of what they're seeing and reactions, and I'm hopeful for those guys.
Next will be Chris News from Knowles 247.
Hey, Alex, specific to his first five, Maurice Smith, how did he do handling center? It seemed like he played well watching it. Just what were your impressions as his coach?
Maurice looked like he did in practice, and that's why I went with him. He has a lot of desire. He sees the field. He practices hard, so I knew he was going to play hard, and so he looked like he did in practice, and I thought he did a good job of handling it with his first start at center, I believe. So I think he did a good job for introduction. There's a lot to clean up, a lot for him new, and like I said with the other question, that it's good because now it's on him. He's not just the guy that's getting thrown in there at Arizona State or like from last year, the bowl game. He's the guy we're counting on to be good. So I think as they continue to progress together and build that continuity, I'm excited.
Next will be Kurt Weiler from Tallahassee Democrat.
Hey, Coach. Coach Verhoeven asked about, I guess, some of the newer, younger guys who kind of stood out from looking back at Saturday's film. You mentioned three of your guys, I guess, on the right side of the line, Maurice, Dante, and Darius, the left side of the line, sorry.
Yep.
How important is it, for you to have kind of three younger guys to build around like that going forward? You would know it's been a while since that's been the case here.
Well, yeah, after from watching the game film and having three guys that you're going to have for a while and using these as time to improve is truly really valuable, because you get to mold them how you want to mold them, and they get to build that continuity together, which offensive line play has so much of that. You look at any team across the board when they say those guys have been together for such and such amount of time, you usually see some kind of consistent flow and also accountability and also relationships. So all of that, it makes me very hopeful.
Coach, we hear so much about how teams make their biggest jump from week 1 to week 2. As an offensive line, is there anything like pass pro to run blocking that gets better, maybe quicker than the other from week 1 to week 2?
It's just more of the reality. This is what they choose as their craft. And you know how it is. You can practice, and practice is important, and that's why you try to drill it in your head, and that's why they call us coaches. But when you got to go, if you're a painter, when you paint your first house and you look at it, you're like, man, that's not like when I went to practice, So you get that this is where we are, and you get that more focus on pretty much all the details. I think anything you get more specific. Because in practice, you put them in so many scenarios, so many situations. Now you get to say, this is what you personally have to improve, and let's do it together. I think you just get more specific training after you get some game film.
Coach, something that came into play was that cross-training and having to play a lot of guys in multiple positions.
Yeah.
I'll say you're smiling already. I guess, do I even have to ask a question? Could you just speak on that a little bit?
Yeah, you have to. You got to try to get your best five out there, and then the next guy got to be ready to roll because you never know in this game, especially being inside where, old linemen playing a phone booth, somebody's going to get stepped on, somebody's going to get rolled up. So you got to be ready to step up, and you got to be able to put your best five out there to get you the best opportunity, no matter, regardless of position. Whether, you try to make it a situational environment where you're getting guys reps at all positions and making sure they go, but you got to have a specialty. So it's just we got to continue to build that as we do practice reps, as we do walkthrough reps, as we do film study. You have to be able to know it. I think I saw some NFL games they only carrying 7. So that has to be. I have to do a great job of developing those guys to be able to play multiple positions.
I know the players haven't started doing a lot of Miami prep in practices. We did more fundamental focus on that, but I know the coaches have started kind of looking ahead to that. I guess when you look at Miami's defensive line, I would say that presents a bigger problem on paper than what you dealt with last week. I guess, what have you seen from them, if anything, and how excited are you to see your guys get tested probably by a tougher defensive line?
Yeah, I believe I'll spend more time really looking at us. I'm studying Miami as far as what they do and personnel and things like that, but more of if we can take care of our business because our second step, our hand placement, our reactions, no matter who's in front of you, if that's not on point, it really doesn't matter. You know, and I know that's a cliche statement, but that's the truth. If I don't have my second step down, if I don't understand when the linebacker's wide, if I don't understand hand placement, it doesn't matter. You can put the chair in front of you, you're going to struggle a little bit. So I do believe Miami's a good football team. You know, they got some guys that can run and move and hit, but we have to correct the mistakes that we're making regardless of whoever's in front of us. You know, that's the building, that's the improvement, that's what I'm looking for each and every day, no matter if I'm repping against our D-line who's good or the scout team D-line who's good. And it doesn't matter. You can lose to any, like, man, I can put you down there. If he want to duck his head, you're going to get the sack.
Next would be Burnett Seminoles from Knowles 247.
Hey, Coach Norvell said a little bit earlier that I think you guys had 5 different offensive line combinations that you had to use throughout the game because of injuries and whatnot. Have you ever had to go through that many combinations in a game before during your time as an offensive line coach? And I guess how much does that impact continuity? Not that it's an excuse, but when you have guys coming in and out, I would imagine that could impact continuity and chemistry throughout a game.
Just another scenario, and multiple times to answer the first question, multiple times in my career, I've had guys go down and have to reshuffle the line. That wasn't the first, and yeah, you just got to be prepared. You know, it's just a part of the preparation. It's going to happen. You know, so you have to be prepared for those moments, and you got to train guys to do it. Now we're going to continue to build depth and continue to bring really good players in and keep continuing to build on that improvement. But it's a challenge, but the mentality has to be when I get an opportunity to get in there and I can showcase what I've been doing in my preparation, that's got to excite those guys when they do get in. And as we continue to build that, it'll improve and improve and improve and hopefully play your best football as time goes.
All right, last one, we'll go back to Ira from Warcamp.
Derek's going to get mad at me. I'm going to ask you 2 questions.
Come on.
Devontae Love Taylor, I know you guys were excited about him in camp.
Right.
Was he what you guys hoped he would be? And then also, the screen game seems to be very effective. What's the key to that? Were you pleased with the way you guys blocked them?
Devontae Taylor, Mr. Consistent. You know, he'll be fine. He brings a lot of experience. He's played a lot of football, smart, savvy player. One of my smarter players I've coached as far as seeing things and reacting and understanding and communicating. You know, he's like a center mind playing tackle. You know, he can see it and he gets guys in the right places. I've really enjoyed having him and hopefully as he continues to prove, I can't wait, you know, as he gets better and better and better, I think he's going to be a really great addition for us. And as far as the screen game goes, just like everything got to be detailed, and we hit them on a couple of them. It's just we got to be more detailed on our landmarks and timings and things like that, and it's way more to improve in that. So it's just a combination of improvement, but being more specific in our improvement. I can't walk in that room and say we're going to get better at 27,000 things. We got to pick these things, improve, and then pick 3 things and just continue the process of improvement. And that's what they believe. That's why I was glad they came to work today, because I saw I saw guys, early working on hands and like, okay, this is because it's reality, and you can't replace that.